Welcome back to another Tera Plays Tera video. Today's video, as you can see by the title, is just a fun little video to get back into posting stuff. I know all last week I did not get a chance to post due to just personal life things that I was dealing with actual work, but I've had some time to be able to edit some stuff, so today, along with the next few days, will be follow-up videos as far as Medmist patch notes, Valkytech patch notes, Tera console updates, and just overall things. But for this current video, as you can see, a few friends and I were in Grotto, and we had a weird glitch that happened, and you can actually see we have someone in the dungeon right here on screen that's not in our group. And unfortunately, we hated to do this, but we kind of had to kick them because the group was full of alts and it was late. We just were not doing well. And we got a friend in, but somehow they did not get out of the instance. So we were able to somehow, weirdly, 6-man Kylos. Now, I don't know how we did this fully, but yeah, we did it. So I kind of wanted to show that off, as well as I wanted to talk about a few things about Tera, and yes, I will be covering a lot of stuff that y'all have asked me in comments of a previous video on the patch note update. Quite a few people have reached out to me to ask the dev some stuff, but there's one thing that I want to take most of this video to talk about. And that is Tera console upgrading from Unreal Engines 3 to 4 or 5. But before we get into that talk, a good friend of mine found me in someone's stream and they wanted a shout out. So I kind of thought it would be kind of cool to once a month maybe do anyone who finds me in a stream, they'll get a shout out in the videos. So Xypher, here's your shout out, man. Hope you're doing well. And yeah, so alright, let's get into this talk about upgrading to Unreal Engine 4 or 5. This is something that I haven't brought up to the devs, and I don't plan to. That's because I've done as much research as I could have between talking to people and just understanding how programming and how these engines work and the research I've done. And I know a lot of people want Tera on a better engine to have better graphics, and this is something even I thought I wanted. But now that I've done the research, I've seen the likelihood of having Tera upgrade to just Unreal Engines 4. Let's not even talk about UE5, let's just stick with UE4 for a second. The amount of work it would take is ridiculous. And that's just from the forums that I've read. One person said they had about a 500 megabyte, maybe a gigabyte game with just 2 character models, some scenery and leveling, and they said it took them by themselves about a week to 2 weeks to fully upgrade. And that was a game that wasn't even released, so it's not like they had to deal with taking the game offline. There's a good chance Tera might have to be taken offline to make that upgrade successful. Now, there's a chance it might not, but do you realize the devs have a lot of work they're doing, and just to get slightly better graphics from UE3 to 4 is a lot of work. They would have to redesign everything in the engine. Every single boss, every single mob, every single character, everything would have to be redesigned graphically. So with the power the devs do have, I think it's safe to say that getting an upgrade to UE4 or 5 is really unlikely. There is a better chance that the devs actually take the time to make a whole new game, let's say Tera 2, and program it from scratch on Unreal Engines 5 and allow maybe a transfer system, kind of like GTA 5 did and other games have done, where you can transfer your characters or transfer your gear and profile over to a new game with similar costumes, similar cosmetics, and gear and progression. Overwatch kind of did this recently, going from Overwatch 1 to 2. Something like that could work, but the likelihood of that happening is very, very unlikely. So I know I wanted this for a while, and I know I talked about it and was curious. And yeah, the amount of work that it would take to do basically a 60 gigabyte game from scratch is a lot. So all of us who are wondering what would they have to do, well, they'd have to reprogram almost everything. And so yeah, the likelihood of that is very unlikely, and I just wanted to present this to y'all. And yeah, the chances are just most likely never gonna happen. The devs would do better just making a whole new game, I feel, at that point. And I don't think they're looking at doing that anytime soon, because there's a lot of stuff they can port over from PC and make new stuff for us. But within that, I do want to let y'all know I have talked to the devs about a few things you guys have been asking in my comment section. So stay tuned to the update video that will be coming out in the next day or two. And I'm actually going to have a segment dedicated on it for just a few conversations that I've had with y'all. And then I brought them to the devs and they responded to me. So that's about it. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you find it interesting on how we got 6 people, and I hope you guys find it interesting about the whole upgrading to a no Unreal engines or a better engine. If you guys do have questions or you have thoughts about this, you can feel free to ask me. I can try to look into a bit more, but like I said, I think the realistic idea of having a 10-year-old game upgraded to a new engine is very unlikely. And I know some of you might be even saying, hey, well, PSO did it. Well, I haven't looked enough into PSO to know exactly what they did, but I believe PSO 2 was completely reprogrammed for us. They changed a lot from what I understand, and New Genesis was a complete overhaul as well. So that explains how they went to better graphics. And that's kind of what Tera would need to do. So within that, that's about it. Like I said, if you guys have any questions, feel free to ask. I'll do my best answering them. We are also super close to hitting our sub goal to where I could do a Warrior console DPS guide. So if you guys aren't subscribed, please go ahead and do that. I would much appreciate that. And if you like this video, go ahead and hit that like button. And as always, if you got questions, feel free to ask and I'll do my best to answer. That's about it. Hope to see y'all in Aboria, gamers.